Hello and welcome to a very exciting video. I know it has been like, what, a day, 2 days now since the trailer dropped, but this is just my thoughts and, well, I wouldn't go in-depth breakdown of the Godzilla and Kong: The New Empire trailer. So, starting off, of course, we have this like seismograph thing, and I really love how they use the sound into the trailer. And of course, Kong's arm rises up with the new mechanical attachment to it. Literally every single reaction channel I have seen, as soon as his hand pops up, people go, Transformers? Bumblebee? Honestly, it's oh god, and it is pretty funny that it is in Egypt, obviously, because Devastator was in Egypt and Transformers 2, yada yada yada. But of course, I knew that this was Kong, and I'm not trying to be all smart. It's just because 5 minutes before the trailer dropped, Legendary had just uploaded the poster for the movie. So just before the trailer came out, the poster came out, and I saw the little well, I wouldn't say gauntlet, the little mechanical thing over Kong's arm in the poster. So that's the only reason I knew this was Kong. Then we had to see this gorgeous shot of these pterosaur-esque looking things from Kong Skull Island, and they're actually, of course, in the Hollow Earth. They are flying gracefully, and Kong is down there. Yes, that little dot down there is Kong because he is running. Then we get the badass shot of Kong jumping through the trees. Just taking a look at him in this shot, you can see that, of course, he has aged even more. And this is what I don't understand about Kong, is why does he age so quickly? I know many of us were talking about it for Godzilla versus Kong, of, Kong, the last time we saw him was in the 70s, I believe, and 50 years later, he's obviously all big, buff, almost taller than Godzilla with a beard and everything. 50 years is nothing in terms of kaiju aging. Godzilla is like what, 300 years old? Kong is not that old, so I don't really know why he ages so fast, but I'm glad that he still has the scratches on his chest from, when he lost in the last movie, when Godzilla got him on the floor and started scratching up his chest. I'm glad they kept that. In the next shot, you can see on the side there is a new vehicle that the humans have to explore the Hollow Earth. Now, of course, in the last movie, we had the Heave, which was used, I mean, it literally stood for Hollow Earth Aerial Vehicle or something like that. And that's what was used to bring Kong back to life after Godzilla had basically let him die. And you can see now we have a much more futuristic looking version of the Heave. And yeah, I'm glad that this is happening. By the way, next year, not only does this movie release, but Godzilla vs. Kong takes place. Because if you don't remember, in Godzilla vs. Kong, they said that it's been 10 years since Godzilla was first, revealed to the world. So next year, not only does this movie come out, but it means that Godzilla vs. Kong in universe takes place next year. So that is really cool. What the fuck? Please, can we stop this? I don't even want to call it a trend. Just stop this in movies where you bring in a female character in the first movie and then in the second movie to try and make them all badass, cut their hair. It has been done to death. It happened in with Scream 5 and 6. Alright, Mindy. Her hair was all like afro-like. Scream 6, short hair. Hope from Ant-Man and the Wasp. Ant-Man and the Wasp, long hair. Quantumania, short hair. Rebecca Hall's character, Irene Andrews, in this movie. Godzilla vs. Kong, long hair, now short hair. Captain Marvel, long hair in her movie, short hair in Endgame. Why? This is horrible. Anyway, I have gone on about this way too much. That is just a terrible wig. Oh yes, and Cypher from Fast and Furious. In Fast and Furious 8, she looked good. And in the next movie, she had a fucking bowl cut. Oh my god. At least they fixed it in Fast X, but anyway. This is obviously Kong from that image that was revealed the day before the trailer came out. And yeah, you can see he's getting some grey hair, unfortunately. Then we meet what they are calling Mini Kong. Obviously, it's like a joke, but this is, and I'm sure you've heard many people say this by now, he is very, very similar to that of the Scar King in the sense that he is a ginger. He's like an orangutan looking dude. And he has a very adorable little face. Look at him. He's so cute. Now we are introduced to a new tracker character. And obviously no tracker will ever be beaten by Loki himself, Tom Hiddleston from Kong Skull Island. But this is played by Dan Stevens. Now, if you don't know Dan Stevens, I only knew his name from the Beauty and the Beast live action remake, where he voiced the Beast. So that's pretty cool. And we once again see this red mark, this hand mark, and I really don't like people's theories that this, well, the one on Skull Island was Scar King, because it just doesn't make sense to me. Why would Scar King be on Skull Island? That doesn't make any sense because Kong was the king. If they make it so that Scar King was on Skull Island, that would retcon everything. That would be horrible. But obviously, this is the Scar King, and we have seen this hand symbol several times in the Monsterverse. Then we have this giant room full of crystals that Kong just jumps down into, and this will play a significant role later on. And then, just like the graveyard in Kong Skull Island, we have more skulls, except unlike the other ones, these were murdered by another ape type creature, obviously the Scar King. Now, these I highly doubt are related to Kong, like family wise, because as far as Kong's family goes, we know that his parents' bodies are on Skull Island. That is all we know so far. And then we see the civilization. Oh man, Kong, my boy, you are not alone anymore. Look at all of them. But obviously, I'm sure Kong is going to be very disappointed to see, he's like, oh, I found more of me. Because that is literally the whole reason he went into the Hollow Earth, is because the humans tricked him and they were like, your family could be down there. Or obviously, I don't think they actually had hope for it. But yeah, Kong's gonna be like, there's more of me. And then he's gonna see that they're living like a horrendous life and are ruled by a tyrannical monster. Of course, we have the same shot of Scar King that we did get in the previous title reveal. Then we see Kong getting chased by these giant hyena-looking things, which, bloody hell, they are huge. Kong is, of course, very athletic and makes a jump, which I think he's either going to... Oh, you know what I think? Oh, wait, no, he doesn't have his axe. Shit. I was gonna be like, I bet he has it. He's gonna miss the jump and then fall down into that room with the crystals, but he does not have his axe in this shot, so I think he might just grab onto the edge of the cliff there. Now, this is very interesting because, as far as we knew, Gia was the last of the Iwi tribe from Kong Skull Island. And it seems now in the Hollow Earth, they are thriving here, and you can see that they are a lot more modernized than the ones in Skull Island. Well, I guess, oh well, obviously because the ones from Skull Island were in the 70s. But anyway, here you can see they have actual little buildings, little structures that look like the pyramids. And look how many of them there are. And of course, there is a colorful power source in the back, which again, like the crystals, will play a bigger role later. Now, of course, as the poster suggested, we are in Brazil, as Dominic Treader would say. And this is very interesting because we have the leg or spike or something of a titan which has not been shown in the trailer. I don't know what the hell this is, but it looks like it's gonna be some sort of insectoid thing. I don't know. Also, I don't know about you, but if I was Gia in this situation, I would be crying because I have a fear of heights. And oh man, that staircase is way too steep. If you trip or something, you are going down, just like John Wick in John Wick Chapter 4. There is no way you're stopping yourself if you fall down those stairs. Of course, Brian Tyree Henry says Kong can't stop this on his own, and Tyrene Andrews says he won't be alone, and we get this beautiful shot of Godzilla evolving, and you can see this pink power source surrounding him, which of course is kind of like the crystals and the power source we saw down by the Iwis earlier in the trailer. Godzilla is evolving. Now, every movie, Godzilla has a subtle change in terms of his appearance, in terms of his powers. And in the last movie, I can't lie, he got his ass whooped. All right, and even Adam Wingard said that he would have beaten Mechagodzilla if he wasn't like all tired out from Kong. So the fact of the matter is that Godzilla still got beaten really badly. He would have died if it wasn't for Kong. So, of course, he is evolving. And oh man, it is one of the coolest things ever. Oh boy, he looks so cool. Now, this is what I really wanted to talk about with this trailer is that a lot of controversy has begun with this. And of course, Godzilla is he's so cool. Honestly, he's an absolute badass. And of course, there's that group of people who just complain about a trailer that has been released 5 months before the movie. As for Godzilla being pink, I think it is a stunning visual. I absolutely love this design. The spikes are very reminiscent of how he looked in the 2014 movie, but I know a lot of people have pointed out that he looks like Godzilla from 2000. I don't really agree with that. Especially later on in the trailer, I think he looks more like Shin Godzilla. In my opinion, obviously, I know that Shin Godzilla is purple. This is obviously pink, but I don't know. Just his atomic breath later on does remind me a lot of Shin Godzilla. But yeah, I absolutely love this design for the G-Man. And for those of you who don't like it, don't worry, this will not be permanent. The iconic blue will return, but yeah, he's gonna need the juice for this. Also, this dude is literally Barbenheimer. Um, yeah. Now this is something that I wanted to talk about because this exact shot is from the title reveal a while ago, from the 12th of April, in fact. I took note of it as soon as it came out. I was like, 12th of April, first look at Godzilla and Kong the New Empire. And I did not think that this would be in the movie. I thought that this was just going to be like a cool little title reveal. But I'm very interested to see the rest of this shot because, of course, in the title reveal, it kind of zoomed out and then we saw these glowing skulls of Godzilla and Kong. So I don't know how this is going to end up, but this is the Scar King, obviously. And of course, he is wearing this kaiju spinal cord, kind of like ammo. He kind of looks like Samara Weaving from Ready or Not. But yeah, it is obviously meant to kind of look like ammo, except of course it's literally a spinal cord of a bloody titan. And look at all the apes. Now, one thing to note is yes, obviously Kong is in the middle. He's in the center of the shot. He is in a high, he's detailed and everything. But the ones surrounding him all have that mark on their chests, that handprint. And I guess this is kind of meant to symbolize that they are the Scar King's property. Um, and honestly, I don't know what's happening in this scene because, of course, literally the next thing that happens is Scar King jumping down. And oh man, he looks bloody terrifying. I love it. He looks beautiful. But it's this next shot that's really sold me on him. That is a beach. All right? That is a beach. Those are people. This dude is fucking massive. And don't even get me started on Godzilla's powering up scene. That looks so good! The pink, oh my god, it looks so cool. You know, obviously, I know a lot of people are making jokes about it. Oh, Godzilla's transgender. He saw the Barbie movie. But it looks so cool, man. It looks awesome, and this I think was a great choice because I'm not talking about the color. I'm talking about the setting because the final battle, or at least a battle, is taking place on a beach in in the middle of the day. Oh my god, this is gonna be so cool because I assume that the final shot of this trailer of them running together is gonna be like the beginning of the battle, and then Scar King is gonna make his way up to the surface in Brazil, which is of course where all of this is happening. Kong roars, and honestly, I have never seen these monsters in brighter lighting. This doesn't even look real. This looks like a fan-made thing. That is it's surreal, thinking that we're gonna get this huge monster fight in the middle of the day. Oh my god. There, see, look at his atomic breath. That is Shin Godzilla to me. I don't care what you say. Alright, it reminds me of Shin Godzilla more than Godzilla 2000. Then, of course, we get the money shot, the thumbnail, and that is Godzilla and Kong running next to each other as boys. My only critique with this is that Godzilla is moving way too quickly here. Yes, obviously, I know that in Godzilla vs. Kong, he moved really quickly when like in round 3, when he beat Kong, he moved super quickly. But here, it just doesn't work. They really did just like Kong is fine because Kong is kind of running slowly. He looks heavy. Godzilla just looks like a CGI character. He doesn't have any weight to him. And this whole trailer just reminds me of one thing, and that is the trailer for Transformers Rise of the Beasts. And that is that trailer came out 6 months before the movie. Right? This is about 4 or 5 months before. So of course, yes, the CGI is not 100%, but even the Rise of the Beast CGI, that was so polished, so clean, but it just didn't have the weight to it. The characters just didn't feel like how they felt in the Bayverse. Those characters, they felt heavy. When they hit something, it looked real. Here, Godzilla literally just looks like a video game character. He moves way too quickly. I'm sorry. But I mean, as for Kong, of course, he has people are calling it the Infinity Gauntlet. I can see that. He has the Infinity Gauntlet. Obviously, he has been injured earlier in the movie, and then we get the title card, Godzilla and Kong, the New Empire. And then, of course, we end off with a little comedic bit of Brian Tyree Henry be like, is that a baby little Kong? And the little guy beating his chest. Overall, this trailer looks awesome. It just didn't. I know that I've been praising it a lot throughout this whole video, but I'm sorry, it just didn't give me the goosebumps that the Godzilla vs. Kong trailer did. I've said it many times, and I'll say it again. That is my favorite movie trailer of all time. It was perfect. It had the hype factor, it had the music, and it was just amazing. It truly, truly was. I've seen it over 300 times. I've seen it quite a few times, but yeah, it just didn't have the epicness of the Godzilla vs. Kong one. But I'm very excited for this movie. This is gonna be, pun unintended, this is gonna be absolutely legendary. So if you did enjoy this video and if you are excited for Godzilla vs. Kong, please let me know. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and goodbye.